Hello, and welcome to my first ever draft recap video. We are participating in the third season of the Palafin Premier League this upcoming season, and we have completed draft, and we are on looking to the next upcoming week. So I just wanted to recap our draft here, starting off with the league itself. So the Palafin Premier League, this is a terror restricted league where we were allowed to draft up to 11 Mons. Now, we do have quite a few talented competitors joining us this season. Quite a few of these guys have channels of their own. I'll try and link them down in the description, so everybody that's watching now, take an opportunity to go and check these guys out. They make some pretty good content. They're great guys. So any chance you get, take a look at them. Look up the channel. I'll have them listed. But let's get right into our first pick for this season. So this season, I had the 4th overall pick, and I wanted to start off with quite a bang. So I decided, why not have quite possibly one of the biggest bangs and go with the mascot of the league, Palafin himself. So here, I just wanted something that I can have great reliability when it comes to relying on his sets, relying on his power, and just having always something with that priority jet punch is always nice, and just having those massive stats make it a pretty reliable Pokemon week in and week out. And then going into the second pick, I wanted to have something with a little bit of good synergy with it, so I went with the route of Ting Lu. Ting Lu provides that crucial electric immunity when you're working with Palafin. The Hazards Machine himself, you just want to stack spikes, put up some Stealth Rock, and then just mess people up with Whirlwind, Ruination, just really make their day very annoying. So we got something really compatible with Palafin and helps get that chip, really important chip for those crucial end games. And then the third pick, we wanted to go something that synergized with both of them pretty well. So we got not only Fairy Resist, not only a Grass Resist, but not only a Fighting Resist, but we also got all of those in between. We picked up Petulant. So Petulant gives us a spin blocker to help keep up those spikes, keep up those Stealth Rocks. We also have Parting Shot, give us a pivoting option. We can spam Toxic everywhere. A Grounded Poison type gives us a Toxic Spike Absorption, and then it does have Recover. So a nice bundle of utility for us, provides very excellent type coverage for both of our top two guys. Really rounds out a really nice defensive core all around there. And then fourth pick, I kind of wanted to add my second threat. So we decided to pick up Hydrapple. And in this rules and regulations, Hydrapple was low enough that I could get 3 types on it as opposed to 2. So I put Steel, Fairy, and Ghost on there. I also wanted it for another ground resist to add on to some other guys that we got later on. But Regenerator can just spam those nasty plots, and then when I need to get out, I just regen all the health, go back in, and do the exact same thing. Changing the typing is going to be very crucial. If I run into Fairy types, Ice types, that Steel typing is really nice, and then the Ghost typing just gives me something to work with Ting Lu, especially with all those spikes and Stealth Rocks. So if it's not really a great week for Petulant, then putting Ghost on Drapple can be really nice, especially if I wanted to be interesting and wanted to run Sticky Hold on there. That way I can resist those knockoffs. So the Terra gives it a really nice option to get out of its weakness, and then we needed a little speed or some priority to make up for how slow it is, and that's exactly what we did with the 5th round pick. So 5th round, we want Scizor. Gives us that Steel typing that we can help out with those Fairy types, those Ice types that really annoy Hydrapple. Gives us a strong priority, obviously, as we mentioned. The Bullet Punches really help get that the speed. Since a lot of our team is just really slow right now, we don't have anybody above 100 base speed, and a lot of that time, Palafin's not even running that 100 base speed, so gives us even more priority to work with. The pivoting is really nice, especially if it seems like a good banded week. Those U-turns can hit pretty freaking hard. And then we have the additional utility of Defog and Knockoff. So it helps with our disruption a little bit. And if we need to get rid of, say, some toxic spikes and we don't have Petra, for instance, that default can come in really nice there. And then, of course, it does come along with the common weaknesses to fire. It welcomes in Will-O-Wisp sometimes, so it can make pivoting into a fire resist kind of difficult. So we wanted something that could synergize with that pretty well. And I think we got a pretty nice one here. So we got Regieleki. So Reggie, some very good traits with it. It has immense speed. So much so that you're not really going to see too much actual speed creeping from it. You're really just going to be investing a lot of bulk into it, which ties into this fact that it can set screens for my team. Screens are really crucial for getting setups. Those nasty plots, those bulk ups, everything that goes along with some of the guys that we've already picked, like Sword Stance on Scizor, really allows them to kind of take a turn to basically win the game in some scenarios. It does provide me with Rapid Spin, so that adds another level of removal from hazard standpoint. And then just some your standard Regieleki weaknesses. Ground types it basically can't touch, but we already have Hydrapple, we already have Palafin, so we have answers to those ground types. And then running Explosion some weeks, Thunder Wave for disruption. There are options that we have to make it quite more effective than just setting screens and providing that spin support. So we went into round 7, and this is where I wanted to pick up some more wall breaking potential. So we got another fast guy. We got Inteleon, and we added Terra to this guy. However, the Terra types up here are not correct. These are supposed to be Electric, Water, and Fairy. So we want to power up our Hydro Pumps. We want to add that electric coverage so we can spam basically Bolt Beam. And then we also have Fairy just because it's a really strong spammable type to, spam. And we do have pivoting in the form of not only Flip Turn, but also U-Turn. So if we do run into some water immune situations, we do have the option to go in the U-Turn route. The fact that it is a Terra Captain allows us to break through some walls that we normally wouldn't be able to. And then just the fact that Inteleon, you don't really see it too much. With our group, I feel like it's going to be pretty manageable, especially for the fact that we have some slow pivoters in both Petra and Scizor. So I'm really happy about this pick. I'm excited to see what it can do this season. And that leads us into our third and final Terra Captain with our 8th pick, and that is Terrakion. Look how mad he is. So I mentioned that this guy's already a Terra Captain. We made him Fighting and Ghost. He was on the expensive side, so we can only get 2 Terra types on it. But both the Fighting and the Ghost type take advantage of that ability in Justified, so that can give us a attack raise if we ever get hit with a Dark type move. So the fact that you can run Choice Band on this thing and just destroy things with close combat. I really, really like the physical Rock Stab. I think that's a really good thing to have in this generation, this metagame. And the fact that it's a Terra type, Terra Captain can make up for the poor defensive typing and give it that attack boost that it can sorely be missing when it comes to some of the damage that it's outputting. But more times than not, when I bring it, it's likely going to be outspeeding some crucial guys that I need to break through in order for some of my top dogs to kind of clean up the game. And we're going into, I believe, another defensive... No, we're going into Ogerpon. So round 9, I wanted a Wisp Absorber. So something that can resist some fire types. I didn't necessarily get the fire type that I was looking for, but I think the most important thing here is that 110 speed tier. That helps round out, since we have a couple of guys that are both 120 base speed, that helps round out our speed tiers, allows us to make sure that nothing is creeping us with Adamant or Modest in some certain cases. And I mentioned the Wisp Absorption helps a lot for some certain cases. And then the fact that it has Mold Breaker can help us break past a lot of unaware mons, can help us break past something that has really negative consequences when we come into contact with it. So that's something that can allow Swords Dance Trailblaze sets to really pop off. The U-Turn is really nice. It can do spikes. It can do a lot of defensive rolls. But the fact that it is Rock Weak and it can't run an item other than its mask, of course, does limit what it can possibly do without Terra. So we tried to build the team pretty strong without it, and then kind of allowing it to perform its strengths to the best of its capabilities. So I thought this fit pretty well into our system and the team that we have going on here. So that leads us with our final pick, and I felt we could be a little bit more creative with this last pick, so we decided to go with Oricorio. Now this is that league that you get all forms of Oricorio, so you do have the option for different typings. If you want electric, ghost, psychic, fire, we want any one of those, we can have them. Gives us the opportunity to use Quiver Dance. Quiver Dance, obviously, pretty threatening move if you get into the right scenarios, and it also provides us another defogger. So 3 options for removal, pretty good. I feel pretty good about the removal situation. The fact that it is Rock Week, we would be locked into boots some weeks if we decided to bring it. And the fact that it just doesn't have that much power overall kind of limits what we can do with it. But the fact that it is a 10th round pick, not too unhappy with the situation that we got here. So that pretty much recaps the whole team. I am super excited to use something like this. I think we did go for a more bulky offense with some stronger pieces in there. I really like the defensive core that we have. A lot of pivoting options. Really setting up Palafin, and you'll probably see Hydrapple. I'm really excited to use that. I think that's one of the best mid-tier mons that you can get, especially with Terra. So I'm very excited for the potential of this team. Also, thank you guys for coming in and watching this recap. I'll be posting Wi-Fi games here, typically towards weekends. Won't have any consistent dates or anything like that, so we'll kind of see what happens there. But I appreciate you guys watching. I'm looking forward to what this team can do in the future. Thanks for watching.